But yeah, so I think the thing that I worry about is that this 20% is never going to die. You could be a millionaire. You want to be a billionaire. You could be a billionaire. You want to be, the top. You want to be the richest person in the world. You could be the richest person in the world, and you want a new wife. It's like, it's like it never ends. You always gonna want more, and I don't know if that's wrong to want more, but I think it is wrong to not be satisfied.
So basically, you saying that from your previous example, I should be concerned that the $200 is missing from the $1,000 in the bank account.
Yeah,
but
at least you still got $800.
I shouldn't give the $800 back to the bank and tell them, give me my $200.
Yeah,
without keeping the $800.
Yeah,
that sounds good, but I don't think I can do it.
What do you mean?
I'm not talking about my relationship. I'm just talking about life. It's just certain things that's like, listen, it may not have to be part of the 20. I may have to make my life 81-19 or 82-18 or 90-10. But there's certain things that will make, and this sounds toxic, this sounds wrong, but it's honest. There's certain things in the 20 that is going to make me appreciate the 80 more. Sometimes the 80 by itself is not enough. Even though, in theory, in number theory wise, 80 is more than 20. But there's just certain things that you like, I just can't do without. Yes, I have this. Yes, I'm able to do that. Yes, he is this. Yes, she is that. You know what I mean? Mm. But there's something in the 20 that is going to make me appreciate the 80. As wrong as that may sound, yes. But I feel that way in certain things.
I have a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm finished for now.
I have a friend, Modibo. Shout out to Modibo.
I
remember when we was in college, and we was just talking about working hard and being successful and all that. And then I remember he was like, yeah. And then I asked him, I was like, yo, but what if it doesn't happen? Like, what if you don't be successful? And he took it his time. He sat back, he looked up, and he looked. And, he was thinking about it. He was like, you know what? I'll get a job at Walmart.
I don't believe him. Modibo, I don't believe you.
He said, I'll get a job at Walmart, and I will be greeting everybody with the happiest smile in my face. I'll be a greeter, I'll be like, hey, welcome to Walmart. Hey, welcome to Walmart. Hey, welcome to Walmart. He said, as long as my family is healthy, as long as my wife is healthy, my kids are healthy, and they have food to eat every night, I think I'll still be happy with life. And it made me think about what is the bare minimum that I need to be happy. I think that's key, right?
Okay.
Like, not what do I need to make life the best, but what do I need, the bare minimum that I need to make sure I'm happy with life. And I think when more people ask themselves that, they know, okay, because I agree. I don't think, if you're not satisfied with life, then yeah, maybe there's something missing. Mm-hmm. But also maybe you haven't asked your question, what is the bare minimum I need? And if the bare minimum you need is just to have a safe environment for your family, you could do that without being the richest man in the world. Mm-hmm. You could do that without having a jet. You could do that without, sleeping with the most beautiful woman that the world has ever seen. Like, you could do that without all those things. And I think when you get those answers, because maybe you might not have the answers off the top, right? Maybe there's something that takes years for you to develop. But when you get an answer, you're more able to stick with the 80 when that 20 comes around, and make more wise decisions where it's like, do I really need this 20? Am I willing to sacrifice this 80 for that 20? And it's like, no, this 80 has kept me. I'm not going to sacrifice this 80 for this 20, because this 80 is doing exactly what I wanted to do, which is the bare minimum to keep me happy. Or even more than that. Sometimes, you know what some people say? I didn't think I was going to live past 21. I didn't think I was going to live past 40. I didn't think I was going to live past 50. So right now, You got people living past in their 60s, 65. They're like, this is this is I didn't think I was going to even make it past it. Everything's a blessing in their eyes. You got people who like, I didn't want to be rich. I just want to retire, pay off my house, and make sure my family was good.
Yeah.
And they're happy. Probably more happy than the person who's still working in their business and they risking, losing it all because of COVID. So it's like, you just got to figure out what it is that the bare minimum first. And then when you have that bare minimum, I think anything after that, you would even be more happy with than if you were to be like, this is something I need to make life just a little bit better.
I think that sounds good. And I believe Modibo believes that. Mm-hmm. But he gave a lot of caveats to being a Walmart greeter. Mm-hmm. And of course, that Walmart greeter is supposed to be a representation of something that's below what he is and what he ascribed to be. Mm-hmm. But he said, as long as my family good and as long as they have food on the table, if you're a Walmart greeter, potentially, you probably can't provide that. Mm. Do you get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You're giving caveats on top of caveats, mm-hmm. which to broaden out some more, you can't, at least in my eyes, say, hey, I am happy or good with whatever the result is. As soon as you say as long as,
it's different.
You change the whole spectrum of the actual risk and the actual true possibility of you being on the street. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's a lot of caveats to like, as long as no. Losing it all mean losing it all. You lose that job or like you do something potentially that can cause some stress on you. The stress on you can cause a stress on your relationship. The stress in the relationship can break the relationship. Mm-hmm. That breaks the relationship. That breaks the household. Now you by yourself. Now you're depressed.
That's very real.
So that's why I'm like, I get it. Yes, be grateful for the 80. I get that. Oh yes. Don't risk the 80 for the 20. I agree with that. I'm just talking about. I don't want to say that every man, but I'm just arguing on the other side, to where it's like, it's easy to say the bare minimum, but everybody bare minimum ain't the same. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Some people need more for their bare minimum for it to even reach that threshold and so forth. So that's why I'm like, yeah, it sounds good, but do we really believe that? Even in those type of examples, you're still giving some type of obligations or some type of, like, as long as you're still softening the blow. And I think for us, I think you're 100% right when you say we don't recognize 80 when we have it. That is 100% true. We don't even view it we just view it as, I don't have enough. Whenever we chase the 20, we just say, I don't have enough. Mm-hmm. And we don't view it as, if we are honest with ourselves, I think it would be accepted better if we was to say, hey, I'm gonna use a relationship just to make it just to make it relatable for everybody. Yeah. It's easier to go to whoever you with and say, I love that you do this. I love that you do that. I will also love if you was to do this. Besides going in with, you don't do this. Mm. Dude, you get what I'm saying? Like, and that's how I think I view life in like some way, or like I'm learning to revert, to turn it the other way to where I'm appreciative of 80. I have to acknowledge what I have first before I start pouting about what I don't have. You know what I mean? Because sometimes in the midst of while you're grateful for what you have, you'd be like, I kind of have what I'm asking for. I just don't have the luxury charter G36 or whatever the thing. It's like, but I have a way to get around. Yeah. I don't need a car at the moment, but I have a job. Yes, it's costing me, but I have a job that's able to pay me and I'm able to get around. I got friends. It's like, so that's why I'm like, yes, I agree. It sounds good, but we're not that honest. Or pull it this. I'm brutally honest. I know I don't think that way. I'm trying to learn to think that way in my relationships and even in my everyday life, to just be like, hey, I like that you do this. I love that you do that. But I would love Like, there's a way that you may not get to 20, but I probably can squeeze a 7 out of the 20. You know what I mean? I would love if we were to try, or
What nasty boy?